Okay, let's talk about season 1, episode 20, Blood Brothers. That was a fantastic episode. That might be one of my favorites so far this season. Really enjoyed it. Of course, my little shipper heart was satisfied. A couple of good moments in there. But yeah, a lot of information. I loved all of the flashbacks. So we start with Stefan literally detoxing from the human blood. And I thought they did a really good job of intertwining the scenes in present day with the flashbacks while Stefan was detoxing and everything is kind of blurry. They did that a few times in the episode. And I thought that was really great. And yeah, it's weird. The tables have definitely turned with Stefan being the one in the basement, considering he was the one who threw Damon in the basement a few episodes ago. So Catherine compelled Stefan to drink from her. But Damon didn't need to be compelled. And I can't decide if that's sweet or sick. Maybe a little of both. Poor Damon. I really feel bad for him, though, because he loved Catherine so much. And I feel so bad for him throughout this entire episode. But I have to remember... So at the very, very end, we find out Damon hates Stefan because Catherine turned him too. And that kind of reminded me, because I was thinking this whole time, oh, Damon's just so sweet and innocent. And I was thinking what a giant asshole Stefan was the whole time. And, in the past. And I was reminded of the fact that Damon saw Catherine murdering people. And he was into it. And she kissed him when she had blood all over her face. And he was happy to do that. And I remember thinking that scene would have been hot if he was already a vampire. But because he was a human, it was kind of gross. And so, yeah, he wanted to be turned. And I forgot about that because it's been quite a while since we had, that storyline, those flashbacks. I mean, those were, episodes ago. So I'd actually forgotten about that. So I was feeling all this sympathy for Damon, that he was just all innocent and, he just loved Catherine and, all of this stuff happened and it, wasn't his fault. All this stuff just kind of happened to him. And I was really blaming, Stefan a lot. But then that reminded me that, well, he wanted to turn anyway. And Catherine didn't seem like, a good vampire. She seemed like she was pretty evil. So, and he wasn't being compelled. Damon wasn't being compelled. He just loved her. So, yeah, I guess he's not as innocent as he seems. Or maybe the writers are trying to have it both ways. I'm not really sure. So, yeah, that reminded me of that. So, yeah, I was feeling all this sympathy. But actually, neither one of them are so innocent in the past or in the present. So we were about to have another vampire going to high school with Anna. And at least Jeremy actually asks, why do you want to go to high school? But I doubt she'll be going to high school now that her mom was killed. Oh my God, I did not see that coming at all. That was a complete shock. I thought that Pearl would be around for seasons. I mean, really. I actually started to like her in this last episode or two. And now she's dead. And yeah, that was a shock. And of course, as soon as it happened, I knew it was that asshole John. I fucking hate that guy. Yeah, so I did not see that coming at all. And the other guy was killed too. What was his name? Harper, I think. But, so that makes me wonder, what was the point of the whole tomb story? Because Catherine was never there. Pretty much everybody else that was in the tomb has been killed. Well, I mean, I guess some of them ran off. So I wonder if we're going to see any of the others, because most of the others are dead. And, I mean, the whole reason, it was Damon and Anna who wanted to get into the tomb. Damon wanted to get into the tomb for Catherine, who was never there to begin with. And Anna wanted to get into the tomb to save her mother, who is killed just a few episodes later. So it just kind of seems like there was no point. And Bonnie's grandma died, trying to keep the spell up, and that failed. So the whole thing seems like a wash, and I just don't really understand what the point was. Maybe there will be something that will happen later. But I don't know, right now it just seems kind of pointless, the whole thing. But I wonder what that's going to do to Anna. I felt so bad for her because, she was so cute with Jeremy in this episode. They were so cute the whole time. I was worried about her. When Anna and Jeremy were making out on his bed, the song playing, the lyrics were something like "Goodbye, my friend" or something along those lines. And it had me worried. I was afraid that Anna was going to die. And she still might. That still might be a thing. I hope not, because I actually really like her. But I don't know what she's going to do now that her mom's been killed. So yeah, back to Stefan. So he is trying to starve himself to death, I guess. But they can't. I'm a little confused because the vampires in the tomb, they were trapped in there for, 100 years and they didn't die. It seemed that they would just kind of sort of desiccate, but they're not going to die. I mean, is that what he wanted? Because I can't imagine anyone wanting that kind of existence for themselves. Why not just stake yourself or walk into the sun? I mean, he couldn't, I guess, because he was locked up. I don't know. They just kind of made it sound like if he didn't drink, he would die, but we know that that's not true. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have too much sympathy for him, to be honest. Feeling sorry for himself and everything, and I did kind of feel like, yeah, all this is your fault. But then there were moments I felt bad for him when he found out that his dad was the one who killed him and his brother. Like, holy shit. I wanted him to eat his dad. I had a feeling. I was like, oh, he's going to eat his dad, isn't he? And I thought that was going to be really tragic. And then he's, there's a struggle and he's accidentally impaled. And yeah, then Stefan just can't resist the blood and he, licks it off his fingers, which is really gross. But I kind of was just like, you know what? Just fucking eat him. Just just chow down, because how could you? It's heartbreaking. I feel like their entire lives have just been, and unlives, have just been so tragic. So I loved the whole Damon and Rick team up. That is becoming one of my favorite things in the whole show. I loved when Rick called him and Damon answers and says, "Before I hang up, how'd you get this number?" And then when Damon says something like, "I'm not going with you, you tried to kill me," and Rick's like, "Yeah, well, you did kill me." I love them so much. I don't know why I love them, but I do. It's just gold. Every time they're together, it's absolute gold. And then Dalaric says that they're not going to kill anybody, and then they end up killing that vampire. And I felt bad for that poor vampire. He seemed sweet. I don't know. And then Damon's like, "You're the one who said we weren't going to kill anybody. Those were your words." They're great together. And Damon and Delena, of course, were amazing together too. I loved every single scene. When he walked in, when she was sitting on the couch and he put her feet in his lap, I just lost my mind. I was like completely freaking out. It was the simplest thing, but I had to pause it and scream. So yeah, I'm super trash. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I just really, really love their friendship. All joking aside and everything, aside from the whole shipping thing, I really do love their friendship, and I love that they can talk to each other. I love that they trust each other. I feel like Damon's making some progress. He tells her that he doesn't have any friends, and that seemed to kind of sting her a little bit, and I feel like, I don't know, there was just kind of this moment where I kind of thought that maybe he even regretted saying that to her. And then later on, when he and Stefan were talking, he admitted to feeling guilt. He said basically said that the guilt was there. He just wouldn't let himself feel it. And so that's progress. Yeah, creepy Uncle John is creepy and an asshole. I loved it. Yeah, when Uncle John said, what would your mother think? And she says, which mother? So yeah, they explain the rules of invitation nicely. I appreciated that. And, oh yeah, Alaric says he's through searching for Isabel, and then of course she shows up at the end of the episode. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about this, but Stefan forced Damon to drink, brought him a girl to murder and everything. Like, what a fucking asshole. What a fucking asshole. I'm interested to know more of their story, actually. I want to know, and I'm assuming that we're just going to keep getting flashbacks probably throughout the whole series, piecing together little bits of the story. But I would like to see something that doesn't take place in, 1864 or whatever. Because all of the flashbacks are from this really specific period of time. But I would like to see some flashbacks that happen later, just to get a bigger picture. But I'm assuming that we will eventually. I loved seeing Bianca Lawson again. Always love seeing her in anything. Yeah, so that's it. So I've got 2 episodes left. Because that was episode 20. So I've got 2 episodes left. So clearly we're going to be dealing with Isabel. I kind of thought that Catherine was going to show up for the finale, and that was going to be the big thing. Maybe this Catherine thing is just going to drag out forever. I don't know. She's got to show up eventually. But, and she might still show up at the end of this season. I don't know. But definitely, obviously Isabel is here. So we'll deal with her. And I guess Stefan's back to himself, or, will be next episode. Anna is going to be dealing with her mother's death. I don't know what she's going to do. If she's going to take off, or if she's going to get revenge. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, really, really good episode. Maybe, I'm going to do, when we get finished with the first season, I'm going to do like a season review. And I'm going to talk about, the characters and the storylines and just kind of like things that I liked, things that I didn't like, and, whatever. I'm just going to talk about it. I was sort of thinking that maybe I wanted to do like my favorite episode, or maybe my favorite, like my top 3 episodes or something like that. I think this one would be in the top 3. So, okay, that is it for now. Thanks for listening. Bye.